My grandmother was an extraordinary person. She played a huge role in my life, in my upbringing, in my childhood, and she is a reason who I am right now. She was only 13 years old when the Second World War started, and her family were trapped in Leningrad for 2 years, where they were starved and there was no way out. She lost her brother, she lost her sister, and her mother couldn't walk due to not enough, obviously, food. There was no food. But my grandmother was the only one who was walking and the only one who was bringing the family nourishment and whatever they were giving them per day, per person. She lived a difficult life, and she lived an exceptional life. She is a survivor. She never lost zest for life. She never lost zest for staying positive, staying happy, and she never lost her sense of humor, even till the day she died. She was an amazing host. She was a wonderful cook, great mother, beautiful sister, amazing grandmother to me, a great wife to my grandfather, and even a great grandmother to my children. She is my role model. She is with me all the time. Grandma, you're the kindest, sweetest, the most loving, the most hardworking, the most spiritual, and the most grounded person I ever met. Grandma, I'm creating this just for you. Just for you to know how much I love you, how much I honor you, and how much I remember everything that she's done, and how you impacted to me since I was a child, since I was born, then when I was a teenager, and of course in my adulthood. You met my kids and you even impacted them. Grandma, you are being always a source, a great source, a massive source of wisdom and unconditional love for me. You still are. Your guidance, your protection, your amazing attitude towards life in such a strong and realistic way of approaching everything really rubbed on me, and that's how I live my life now. Thank you so much. Can't possibly ever thank you enough, Grandma. I honor you. I think about you every day. I love you very, 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 very much, and I will love you forever. I'm also grateful for our incredible relationship that me and you created. Relationship that I never thought grandmother and granddaughter can have. This is truly, 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 truly love, and you are my soulmate on that level. The pure love that I have from you, I have with me right now, can never be described. Only me and you know. So I have so many stories, but a few of them are very special, of course. The story that I'll want to remember today is my grandfather was a fisherman, so when he would come home with lots of fish, my grandmother would always be right on top of everything, and my favorite thing to do was sit next to her and watch her to take care of that fish, meaning scale the fish, cut it, take all the stuff out, and she was doing it with such a precision. As she was doing it, she was telling me stories. She was telling me stories about her life, about her childhood, about Second World War, which was a very, very traumatic experience. However, in her words, it didn't sound that horrific. It sounded like a story of a strong survivor who needs to share it with the world. And those are the special memories, specifically when she was taking care of that fish, that fresh fish from Baltic Sea. That's where I grew up. My grandfather would bring. So that resonates in my mind. And always stories were told to me when I was a little girl while she was doing something like cooking, like cleaning. She was a very house-oriented person. And again, I took from her. I also love cooking, and I also love doing everything around the house, but the stories about the strength, and stories about her meeting my grandfather. He was in love with her for like 4 years, and she just didn't want to even give him anything because she just loved to dance and she just loved to flirt, and she didn't want to settle down. And then she told me he actually tricked me on settling down. He said, if you don't marry me, then I will continue just follow you around for the rest of my life. Or if you marry me, I will go to like a 3 months, it was like an army training program that all the men in Russia at the time were mandatory have to go. But he had a job, so he had a choice not to go. And she thought, well, if he goes, then I'll have 3 months to dance and have fun. And she said, fine. And they went and they secretively got married. And when he came back, he said, okay, the party is over, we're married now. So beautiful story, beautiful, interesting story. They've been married for all their lives until grandfather died at 82, but they were married for over 50 years. I think they were married for like 57 years. Again, those are the stories that always will be with me when grandma is cooking or cleaning or sewing or doing something around the house and telling me her stories about when she was a young girl or a teenager or even a young woman dating my grandfather. I love you, Grandma. Thank you again and again for all the experiences we shared. You are the special person forever in my life.